I'd like to tell you a story about the mist. It's something that happened a long time ago when I was at school, when I was about 14. We'd had half term and we'd gone back after October. And it was the first night back and we were all in our beds. It was ever so boring, nobody could get to sleep. It was a big dorm, there's about 15 beds all in all. But 12 girls in there. We were all bored, we looked at each other, nobody was asleep. And you could see a slit in the curtains. The moon shone through that little slit. One of the girls, a cheeky one, she climbed out of bed and drew back the curtains. The moonlight shone through the window so bright, it was lovely. It was like daylight inside. She said, "Come on, I've got an idea." I didn't want to get out of bed. It was cold in that dorm. No carpets, just a little tiny rug at the next of our bed. Anyway, we reluctantly all got out and walked over to the window. She was right, it was beautiful. The fog was like a thick carpet. You couldn't even see the lake, it was that thick. Well, she had the devil inside of that one. She said, "Come on, why don't we put our clothes over our pyjamas? Let's get our coats, our gloves, our hats, our scarves. Let's go outside." We put our wellies on and we crept single file, as quiet as we could. It was such an old building, the wooden floorboards creaked, so we had to be really careful nobody heard us. We got outside, we opened the door. Oh, we were nervous. You could see our breath in the air, it was that cold. The old school was on a hill in the middle of nowhere, so we could see down and see the fog. And the school was above it. We couldn't see our legs though, it was just up to our shoulders. There was 10 of us girls all together. We started playing a game, dipping our head down under the fog and sticking our hands up and laughing. We had a great time. It was like a mime act. Up and down we were going. Oh, we were in raptures. We were laughing our heads off. It was hilarious. But then all of a sudden I realised there was 10 girls and one of us was missing. This was serious. I was really nervous. We're going to have to go back. We can't keep losing people. So we all went back as quick as we could, quiet as we could, got into bed, took our clothes off. Oh, we were so worried about the missing girl. 1 hour later, she actually came back in dripping wet, crying her eyes out. She was telling us about when she was dipping her head down under the fog. She hadn't realised she was stood next to a slope next to the lake. She slipped down and fell into the freezing cold water. It was serious. She could have been killed. We ran her a warm bath and made sure she was okay. And we swore we'd never tell anybody again. And to this day, I never have.